Here we have a triangle ABC. P is the midpoint of BC. Q is the midpoint of AP, and what we have to find is about this line segment here, AR. How is this AR related to this line segment AC? Is AC 2 times AR, which means is R the midpoint of AC, or is it 3 times, or is it 4 times? That is what we have to find. So how are we going to proceed? We will find a way to connect what is given and what is asked. We have two information. We will tackle them one at a time. First, let us start with BC. Let us find some way to connect BC and R. That is what our question is about, right? So let us consider the triangle BCR. Now if you consider the side BC, you see that P is the midpoint. That is what is given, right? So if we do not have it yet, but if we have a line segment which is parallel to BR, and say suppose it meets it at some point X. Suppose we do not have such a line, but if we had such a line, it would be wonderful, right? Why is that? Because if you consider the triangle BCR, and if this line is parallel, if these two lines are parallel, then by BPT what do we have? The ratios of these two sides will be equal. But then we do not have such a line. So what will we do? We will construct such a line. Construct a line PX. Suppose it meets it in some random point X. Construct PX parallel to BR. Then by BPT, what do we have? The new line that we constructed inside the circle. What does that new line do? It divides these two sides, RC and BC, into equal parts. The ratio where it divides is equal. That means RX by XC is the same ratio as BP by PC. But then P is the midpoint. That means it cuts it into two equal parts. It cuts BC into two equal parts, which means this is one, or in other words, these two parts are also same. RX and XC are equal to one another. Now we have used only a part of the information that was given to us, but there is more to help us. We have still not used the information that Q is the midpoint of AP. So let us find a way to use it. Let us connect AP, and what we need is AR, right? Why don't we consider the triangle APX? So if you consider the triangle APX, you just do not get a triangle. What do you get? Inside the triangle, you have a line QR which is parallel to PX, because that is how we constructed it. It is parallel, which means what? Applying BPT. What do we know? This line inside the triangle splits the two sides of the triangle, which is AP and AX, into equal parts. Their ratios will be equal. If you have such a line parallel to one side of the triangle, means it cuts the other two sides into equal parts, which means AQ by QP is the same as AR by RX. But then what do we know? Q is the midpoint of AP. That means this is equal to 1. So that means this is also equal to 1. Or in other words, we have AR is equal to RX. So that means what? If any one of them is X, this is X, this is X, all of them are X. Which means what? AC is equal to 3X, but then AR is X. So that means this is the result that we are looking for. So that is all for today. You take care. Assalamu alaikum.